talk now to financial columnist for the Daily Sabah, Taha Arvas, who joins us now from Istanbul. Good to speak to you, Taha. So what significance do these sanctions have?
Honestly, this is the best case scenario as far as sanctions go. I mean, there was a release about an hour or two before the details were released, and the markets had feared a broader range of sanctions or a larger set of sanctions. But this was, I can't imagine a better scenario for Turkey and the Turkish financial markets as far as the sanctions go. I think it was just a symbolic gesture, kind of playing to the political base of President Trump and Vice President Pence, frankly. So I don't think there's a lot of significance as far as actual damage to the Turkish economy or finances.
And also both ministers don't have any assets in the U.S., I presume.
I mean, I would be shocked to hear that they had $10, in the United States. That wouldn't make much sense. But like I said, I think what this is, I mean, there's midterm elections coming up in the United States here. Their primary is going on now. Their rallies, President Trump was just at a rally yesterday. This is a great story. I mean, there's a pastor, he's an evangelical. These are the people that go out to vote in the United States, and they want to galvanize this vote. What better way to do that than to say we're going to free a pastor who's been wronged by the Turkish justice system? And on the other side, you have the Turkish government here, which is saying, this guy has been caught red-handed. We have all of this evidence. And the comment about that is it's been, almost 2 years here. Why haven't you convicted him? Why haven't you tried and finished this case yet? The Turkish justice system is slow, but I mean, Turkish people say it's been, nearly 17 years since 9/11. There are still 50 people waiting in Guantanamo Bay for a trial. So, yes, it's been almost 2 years, but it took, practically 7 or 8 years for anyone to be convicted about regarding 9/11. So I think, both sides have good, valid points. But we'll see what happens, I guess.
Well, before asking why has it become an issue now, I was actually going to also ask how will Turkey respond, but we're just getting new remarks from the Turkish Foreign Ministry saying they strongly condemn the U.S. sanctions decision and the U.S. government to turn back from this wrong decision. What more do you expect from the Turkish government to respond?
It really depends on how much activity is going on behind the scenes. I have no idea if the Turkish government and the advisors to the president and these ministers are talking, back-channeling, if you will, with Washington. If they are, then you might not see a lot. You'll see a lot of saber-rattling by both sides. Because at the end of the day, like I said, there are elections in the United States. This is a great story. It plays very well to the Republican base and to this administration's base. So maybe they might say, listen, we're doing this for political reasons, just take it, essentially. Don't respond. And maybe the Turkish government will do that. Who knows? To be honest with you, I don't know what the scenario is. But I mean, it's not great for the Turkish government's domestic audience. So I'm sure there will be a response. I'm sure it will be strongly worded. But this is the least possible thing that the U.S. administration could do regarding this case. So I think Turkey is aware of that. And I think the government, despite coming out with harsh remarks, won't do more than that. I mean, I don't see counter sanctions being levied against the United States. That would be a shock to me.
Well, let's wait and see. Thank you very much for that there, Taha Arvas.